Okay, I am going live this morning because I wanted to tell people why Bitcoin is going down. So let me give it a few minutes before a little bit of time for people to get here, but I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to talk about why Bitcoin price is going down today. Today is March 15th. There's a very important reason why Bitcoin is going down. I'm going to walk through it, give you an example as to why, and tell you why it's short-lived. But let me just give it a minute or two for people to get here. Um, for those of you who are not familiar with this channel, I appreciate you taking the time. I'm Litecoin Leader, also known as Jeff. You got this. Let's see, right up, got the right corner. There's my Twitter handle. You can find me also at Economic Preppers. I do have the chat going on here, but what I want to talk about, and I see that we got a couple people popping in here. That's great. Let me share my screen and just go through this and keep it nice and simple and easy here. Okay. All right. Today's March 15th. Now, this is a story out of Crypto Potato that's from just today. It's talking about the Bitcoin options expiring. The $2.4 billion of Bitcoin options expire today, and it will drive the market. Well, the question they're posing is, will it drive the markets lower? This is a story from this morning. I'm going to get to this story in a moment. Let me first walk through a story from last month to kind of set the stage here. So this is a story from February 23rd over on Decrypt. 3 billion in Bitcoin options expired today. Here's why it matters. I'm going to walk through this a little bit. I know it's a month old, but it applies to this month. That's why I'm going to go through it. Then I'll translate both that February and March to today and show you why prices are going down and why it's short-lived. Okay, so back in February, 3 billion expiry options were going to close out. And they said they even talked about like it's nothing compared to the open interest accumulating for March right before the halving. So roughly 3.6 billion in Bitcoin options contracts across some of the largest derivative exchanges will expire in February. What does that mean for the price? Most of the options are in Deribit. That's okay. In the world of derivatives, options allow traders to speculate on a hedge against the volatility of an asset. With Bitcoin options, traders purchase contracts that allow them to buy or sell the asset at an agreed upon price at a later date. That means they will have the option to buy or sell it at a predetermined price, regardless of how much the price has changed by the time the contract expires. Traders don't have to buy Bitcoin when the contract expires. As the name of the contract implies, it's just an option. Traders that know they won't want to exercise their option at the expiry can also roll them forward or close them out now in market price and open a new contract. Okay. Option expiries don't always guarantee volatility. Experts have told Decrypt that the option contracts expire without being exercised, and the price of the asset is unlikely to move. Here's where we get to interesting stuff. Okay. As for February, this is a February article. As for this month's options contracts, the max pain or the price at which the highest number of contracts will expire at no profit is 48,000. This means that if the price of Bitcoin touches 48,000 before they expire, a large number of traders would end up incurring a loss. The prevailing prediction among analysts is that if Bitcoin can stay above 48K when this month options expire, traders will exercise their contracts and use this as an opportunity to take profits. In other words, Bitcoin could see a fair bit of selling pressure today. So the takeaway here is, and I'm going to drop out of this real briefly. The takeaway is that back in February, as long as Bitcoin stayed above 48K, then people are just going to take profits. They're going to sell. We sell pressure, but they'll take profits. Now we're going to fast forward to March. Now let me share my screen again. Okay, so that was the Decrypt article, and I'll share that in the description. Let me get to the right window here. Okay, so the importance of time value in options trading. With about 5 days left, the option is losing about a point in just less than half a day. So the point of I'm sharing this comment is that the options lose value as they get closer to expiring. And today is the day that they expire. I believe it's at 4 o'clock Eastern. So it's 11 a.m. on the West Coast here now. We're almost there. So we're looking at about 2 hours from now. Okay. So here's the article from today from Crypto Potato. Will 2.4 billion Bitcoin options expiry drive markets lower? Similar article. Bitcoin was retreating from its high of 73,580. The expiry event happening today will send prices lower. Around 30,000, over 30,000 Bitcoin option contracts will expire on March 15th. Now, typically, I think the options are 5 Bitcoin per contract. So you're looking at about almost 200,000 Bitcoin. It's worth 2.45 billion. So you can do the math there. It's 70. Maybe it's more. It's a lot of money. It's $2.45 billion of contracts. This it's higher than last week's, and I'll talk about the periodicity, how often these happen. But a huge one worth almost $10 billion of more contracts will occur at the end of March. The expiry of Bitcoin options. The put call ratio for today's batch of Bitcoin options, I'll explain that in a moment, is 0.78, which means there are slightly more calls being sold than shorts, which means that people are longer. They're expecting to go up more than going down. There's a graph coming up in a moment. There's a lot of open interest at the 65,000 strike price with 1.1 billion at that. Therefore, there's a lot of open interest at 60 and 70,000. So here's the graph, okay? Here is the open interest of March 29th, March 15th. These are the dates. There's a lot of activities and calls and puts at these different price levels. And here's the number of options. Let's see, crypto derivatives tool. Let's see, comment that Bitcoin has started to decline with recent change in market tempo. There's also a lot of Ethereum options with a similar put call ratio. So the market's going down. So back to that original story, I just want to talk about the February one where we were floating about 48,000. As long as they stayed 48,000, there's going to be sell pressure. Now this is in this story, the peak is 65,000, I believe. It said 65,000 strike price. Now I'm going to take this forward to the graph on Bitcoin. Now, this is a trading view, a daily chart of Bitcoin going back to end of January. The blue line is 48,000. The orange line is 65,000. Now, the date of that article for Decrypt about the expiry was February 23rd. We look over here, February 23rd. Let me move the graph a little bit so I can see the dates here. 23rd is right here. You'll notice that even though it was a red candle, you see, look, the price was going down. The price had been going up, 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 and then the expiry of options started to come with 3 red candles, 3 down days, but it didn't get below the blue line of 48,000. So therefore, people took profits, and it went up, up, up again. Now, here we are, and this is today. This is March 15th. Here's the line at 65,000. You notice that the price dipped. I can't quite tell where the wick hit. It looks about 65.8. It got very close. I don't think it wicked down to 65,000, but it got really close. But it's recovering already. So what's probably going to happen if I switched over to an hourly chart, which I won't here, but the price is going to be you're going to see a similar pattern here of an upward trend. Probably, I can't predict the exact replication here, but it would not surprise me to see a bunch of green candles coming up right after this because the option's expiring. Now, last things I'm going to share. This is the options calendar. Okay, so let me share this one first. This is the typical options calendar, okay, from MarketWatch. You'll notice that the date in the box here is the typical. It's usually the third Friday of the month, March 15th. A lot of options end. That is the most common one. There's also at the end of the month for Bitcoin. So this chart over here shows that there's an end of March option that ends for Bitcoin as well. But most of the volume, going back to that other chart, I think that's here. You can see March 15th, March 29th. There's a lot of pressure there. So you can see there's a lot of contracts on March 15th. There's 3 times as many on March 29th. So the long and short of it, I've shared probably enough here. And I think, let me go back. I'll share the graph one more time. Let's see. The graph. There we go. So the graph, let's see. We've got close to 65K. We probably won't hit it. We're probably going to stay away because right now we're in the 68K range. If I go to CoinMarketCap real quick, you see the price of Bitcoin is at 70,000. It's already, well, no, it's 68. It's bouncing around a bunch, but it's we're still extreme greed. We're still going high. We're above that 65K key number, which over on that chart puts us about right here at the bottom of this red candle because the wick shows you the full range for the day. And then the bottom of the red candle shows you how far we come down. But similar to in here at the end of February, we have red candles here taking profits. As long as we stay above 65K, price is probably going to be heading up. So that's what I wanted to share. I just want to give you some ideas there. Again, if you want to learn more about this kind of thing and get more information from us, join us over at Economic Preppers. I'm going to share that in a minute, but the idea is still valid and still the same. So we're going to be having a newsletter coming out very shortly. But if I share my screen here, there's Economic Preppers, economicpreppers.com. You come over here, hit the inner circle button, and we just added another AMA. You hit the inner circle button here, opens this up to join. Click here now, and you can join us for our monthly AMA. We just added another video there, but that's the long and short of it. Okay, so Bitcoin is going down today in the last 24 hours because of the margins and the options and the option traders. They're taking profits. And as long as it stays above 65K for the next couple hours, we should probably see an upward trend over the weekend. Now, the prices don't usually change too much over the weekend because people take time off, even though the markets are still open. But probably come Monday, Tuesday, we're going to go an upward trend. But I'm going to point out that March 29th date that I pointed out earlier on the graph, there's a lot of options there. So don't be surprised if we see an upward trend and more profit taking around March 28th to March 30th, right in advance of the halving, which should be about April 20th, last I checked. So a lot said today. Hopefully you got something out of this. I'm going to share I'll share one more time the Bitcoin halving calendar. Let's see, Bitcoin half, and share my screen. So there's the Bitcoin half calendar. It's 35 days from today, and it's a little hard to see here. Let me zoom in. You can see right here highlighted. It's April 20th is the expected date for the Bitcoin halving. That's when the supply gets cut in half. So we have essentially 5 weeks until the Bitcoin halving. Now, it says April 20th is the estimated because it happens on every 210,000 blocks. So it depends on when each block is solved. So the time can slide or move a little bit, but we're looking about April 20th, and it's about 5 weeks away. So between now and then, we have 2 option windows that are going to close, the end of March and middle of April. Let's see that going back to that. Let's go take a little look at that. That'd be a good one. So we'll end on that one. Let's see the calendar. The options calendar is right here. So April 19th, the halving, it looks to be the 20th. So April 19th could get a lot more interest. If I go over here to, let's see, we have March 19th. We'll probably see a pickup in options. March 20th is going to see a lot. You could see another big spike coming for April. So that's another window that we're going to watch. So a lot said today. I hope you got something out of this. I really enjoyed sharing this with you. If you want more content like this, please join us over at Economic Preppers. Like, subscribe, share this video. Really helps out the channel. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.